Hello everybody and welcome back to the vlog. I am vlogging today. As you guys saw, we did go and watch the new Disney movie Elio earlier today, and now it has been a few hours since we got out of the movie. We actually just had dinner. We had spaghetti for dinner and my husband just left to head into work. Now it is just me and my daughter. We're going to have a chill night. And I just want to record over the next couple days, just hang out with you guys, talk to you guys a little bit about the things that I have going on, the things that just come to my mind, the weird things that I think about, and the things that sometimes I want to mention online or talk about online, but don't really know when or where to bring it up. So I thought we could do that here. First of all, one of those things that I want to bring up is this thing. This is now the maybe second or third video you have probably seen of mine or that I've posted lately where I am wearing this heart monitor. I hate this thing so much. And by the way, this lighting is not that great. This is just the furthest room away from the TV that I could get, so you can't hear the TV going off. But I am having to wear a heart monitor again. This is the second time I'm having to do it. I did it the first time for 72 hours and I'm doing this one for 72 hours as well. The first one apparently was broken, and I think that is due to me getting some incorrect information on what I can and cannot do while wearing it, specifically taking a shower and getting it wet, but now I know better. So we are doing a redo. I'm wearing this thing for 72 hours. I just got it put on yesterday evening, so I've had it on for a little bit more than 24 hours. And it's just monitoring my heart rate and seeing what's going on with that. I have mentioned to you guys that I got referred to a cardiologist, and this is one of the things that he is having me do. He also had me do an echo, and I found out yesterday that that came back clear and good. So I'm very happy about that. We just have to do this again, and then I have to wait and wait for them to get the results. And once we get that, we will know whether or not I have something going on and whether or not it is a cardiovascular issue. So since you will probably be seeing this throughout this video, maybe in another video, I don't know, it just depends on what my filming schedule is while I'm wearing it. I just thought I would at least bring it up so, you know, there's not any speculation or there's not any comments from people who, you know, don't talk to me on the regular in my everyday personal life that don't know exactly what I'm wearing this for or what it is. Another thing I wanted to bring up, I'm kind of in a reading slump, question mark. I don't know if it's necessarily a reading slump. I want to read. I just am having a hard time reading the book I am currently trying to read, and that's really unfortunate because I actually really like the book. I'm just not wanting to pick it up and read it. I picked up and started trying to read about a week ago The Courting of Bristol Keats, and I have a gorgeous fairy loot copy of this book. And when I started reading it, I was like, wow, this sounds really fun and I'm really liking it. It reminds me a little bit of the world from The Cruel Prince, which I love the Cruel Prince series. I don't know, maybe it's how big it is, maybe it's intimidating me, or maybe I'm just not in a fantasy mood. I'm having a hard time like reading more than maybe 20 pages at a time. And this book is over 500 pages. So if I decide to just read it 20 pages at a time, that's gonna take me a long time to get through it. But I did start, I don't know, 4 days ago maybe, the audiobook for Life is Short. Is it Life is Short? No. Life's Too Short? I think it's Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. And I'm really liking that. I think I'll actually be able to finish that probably tomorrow. I took a couple days off from listening to it, and then I listened to it again tonight and really was liking it as I was cooking dinner. I just love Abby Jimenez's books, and I love how realistic the characters' issues are that they deal with. A lot of it typically revolves around like family troubles and family drama, and I don't know, as someone who has some of that stuff going on the regular, I enjoy reading about other people dealing with similar issues. But I just physically don't want to read. Audiobook is great right now. I just am not physically wanting to pick up a book. I'm kind of wondering if maybe reading on my Kindle would help me. But right now I'm going to stick to my audiobook and see if that just at least gets me in the reading mindset, and then maybe keep reading a couple pages here and there of my physical book and see if I can just get out of this slump before it even has a chance to really take root and start. Oh, and I guess since I did mention this, I will also put this in here too. I know I mentioned a few videos ago that I had like several different doctor's appointments that were going on. One of those was actually to be seen for ADHD. I did get diagnosed with ADHD and was put on medication a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. And after playing around with my dosage of that medication, I think we've figured it out, at least for now. So I am taking medication for ADHD now, and I do think it is helping me out some. I have just had a really busy life lately, and it's not even anything like spectacular or big. It's just everyday stuff that is a lot. Again, I'm a stay-at-home mom and my husband works a night shift, so our schedules don't always line up. And when they do line up, a lot of that time is just like us getting to spend some quality time together, and or it's us trying to knock out chores and responsibilities and household things together. So there's just not a lot of time for relaxing, a lot of time for leisure. With that said, I am very thankful for the friends that I have. In this last few days, I had a few days in a row where me and my husband's schedules actually did line up, and that was great. I felt like we weren't having to choose between cleaning, spending time together, or like trying to have time to ourselves or with our friends. We had a like pretty good balance with those few days that were off in a row. So I got to go see many of my friends over the last weekend. I got to go to a like bridal shower, as well as get to go shopping and have lunch with my friends. They took me out shopping and to the bookstore, and that was a lot of fun. And then of course also, you know, having all these doctor's appointments going on every couple of weeks, that takes up a lot of time and a lot of mental space. So that's just been one more extra thing that has been on my plate, and I'm ready for the doctor's appointments to potentially be over, or at least for me to get some answers and us to like have a plan for like what we need to do, what we need to tackle, what our next steps are as far as anything else goes. But I'm about to shower and start the whole nighttime bedtime routine with me and my daughter, and we'll see if I can get some reading done tonight. Let's cross our fingers and hope that we can. To have me crying listening to her book. She always does this to me. just filled out my reading journal. This is my reading journal. It's a cute little notebook that I've had for probably close to like 8 years, but I never knew what I wanted to put in it. So now I'm doing my reading journal. I had my 2024 reading journal in here, and then I moved on and put 2025 in here as well. I think I'll be able to fit several years in this one notebook. I have my page with my little bookshelf, and on that one I do my physical books, audiobooks, ebooks, and library books. And then I have a little monthly tracker where I show how many books I read each month. And then over here, I have my genre tracker, a little TBR checklist, and then a reading log where I just write down every book that I've read, and then what date I read them on, and how many stars I gave them. So it's nothing too incredibly fancy. I would say that these pages are probably like the cutest ones, or like the things that I really do the most with. They're also kind of my favorite pages. I just needed to catch it up. I hadn't filled out pretty much anything I had read in the month of June, so I needed to catch that up. Here is my one from last year. I don't think I ever showed it. I know I didn't show it on here. I don't think I showed it on TikTok or anywhere. It's very similar, except I only did like 50, no. I wrote out 100 books on here. Yeah, I wrote out 100 books on this bookshelf. Again, similar little concept over here with tracking how many books I did each month. And then my genre tracker was just way smaller. That made it a whole lot more difficult to keep up with for me. So I made it bigger in 2025. I also wrote out way more books for a TBR last year. Now I'm going to probably just start getting ready for bed. I was listening to what is it called, the Abby Jimenez book, Life's Too Short. I was listening to that while I was doing all these things. I did my nails and did this, and yeah, this book is making me emotional, so I might finish it tonight just while I'm laying down. I'll let you guys know tomorrow. My daughter, I think, is getting a little bit sick, maybe just with a little cold. So we are not going to try to go anywhere today. We did try to go to the library this morning, and she was not feeling it, not up for it. So we came back home and took a big nap. Both of us were pretty tired. So we both napped, and now we're going to eat a little bit of something. I'm going to make some lunch. And I just want to talk about real quick, because this is happening right now as I'm trying to look, like anytime I get on social media right now, all I'm seeing is Taylor Swift performing in Nashville in front of like a teeny tiny little crowd, and the jealousy that I have is sickening. It is not okay how I feel towards all the people that got to experience that. I am so wow. To experience Taylor Swift in a small concert, I can't believe that in the year of 2025, people got to just see her at a bar in Nashville. That's crazy. But anyways, let's have lunch and let's maybe have a coffee. It's late enough I could go ahead and have my second and last coffee of the day. I might do that. Okay, it is now after lunch and I have made my iced coffee, here's what I'm thinking, okay? I am going to try to read some more of According of Bristol Keats, but if I'm still really struggling with it, then what I'm gonna do is go into like full on book slump, like prevention mode, and I'm gonna do a reread. And I'm going to reread probably Assistant to the Villain because I love that book and it's so easy and fun to read. Plus the third book is coming out soon, so I need to do a reread of book 1 and book 2 anyways. And then when book 3 comes out I think it comes out in August, I'll be prepared and ready and caught up. And yeah, sometimes just when you feel the book slump coming on, you have to do a reread just to get yourself back into the reading mindset. Then if that ends up being what I need to do, then I'll go back to The Courting of Bristol Keats, because again, the book isn't bad. I'm actually really enjoying it. I think it's really fun. I don't know if it's the size of it that's intimidating me, but something is just making me not want to pick it up right now, and I don't know what that is. But anyways, let's read. I realized that I told you in my clip that I recorded yesterday that I did go book shopping with some of my friends, but I didn't tell you what I bought. So I'm gonna show you my little book haul. It's just 2 books, but I'm gonna show you the books I've got. First off, I got, this is The Ghostwriter, and this is a like mystery thriller book, but holy cow, look at these edges. I'm not one to typically buy a book just because of the edges, and I didn't do that in this instance, but like if I was going to buy a book just because of the edges, yeah, I think this would be a good one. This one, like I said, is a mystery thriller. My friend Brittany read this book and she told me that basically our main character, her dad, they live in a small town, and her dad has always been rumored to have killed his brother and sister back when they were teenagers. But it's been years and years later, and now he wants to have her be a ghostwriter to write a book for him. And it's been 50 years, so it says after 50 years of silence, Vincent Taylor is ready to finally talk about what really happened that night in 1975. I'm very, very excited about this. I think I'm going to do a little bit of a thriller reading video. I don't know if I'm going to scratch that or not. I'm thinking about it. I've kind of got like the idea up here because thrillers are so easy for me to read. They just hook you with the little mystery aspect, and if I do end up going through with that video, then you guys will see me read this at some point. But then the other book that I picked up while we were out was Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And this was a book I wasn't sure if I was going to buy it or read it, but I just recently read Carrie Soto is Back by her and really, really liked it. So I thought I would give this one a try. And since it is Taylor Jenkins Reid, you know, I'm a little skeptical because, as I have said before, I did not enjoy The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but I did enjoy Daisy Jones and the Six, and I did enjoy Carrie Soto is Back. So I think this one is in the same series. I think it might be the end of this series. Am I making that up? I have no idea. But I got this and I'm excited to read it. It's about an astronaut in space, but it also says on here that it's a love story. So I don't know if there is going to be more of a romance aspect in this one than there has in some of the other books, or if it's referring to, I don't know, a love of space, a love of being an astronaut. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. So those are the 2 books that I bought when we went on our little shopping spree. But then my friend Melody did give me her copy of A Court of Thorns and Roses in the original cover. She gave this to me because I had a really annoying instance where I tried to buy a copy of this off of somebody on Facebook Marketplace. I drove an hour away, and when I was about 5 minutes from meeting her, she told me that she was going to go with someone who offered her more money. I kind of talked her out of that and was like, hey, I'm already here. And she said, okay, well, can you give me more money? And I was only gonna give her $10, like a steal, honestly. But she was like, can you do $20? And I was like, yes, I can do $20. I mean, again, a steal. And I get there, and instead of handing me the book looking like this, she handed me the book without the dust jacket. And I was just like, that's not what I want. So I took the book, and then I like went back in and was like, I don't want this book. This isn't how I wanted the book. Do you have the dust jacket? She said she did not, and then she said she did, but she had it at home. So I was just like, that's too much back and forth and run around. So go ahead and try to give the book to whoever it was you were going to sell it to for more money, because yeah. And then Melody gave me her copy, which she said that she was initially planning on selling this, but she sprayed the edges of hers, and she didn't know if anybody would be interested in the book because she had sprayed the edges. So just gave it to me because she's a sweet little baby angel and I love her. So I got this now, and I'm very excited because honestly, this one, and then I think is it A Court of Mist and Fury? I don't know, I think those are my favorite of the original covers. My favorite book is A Court of Wings and Ruin, but the two covers on the first two books are really gorgeous. It is unfortunately looking like my daughter is sick with something more than just a cold, so I am going to end this video here. I just wanted to, as I said when I first started this video, like kind of catch up with you guys. There were just a couple things that I wanted to talk about and let you guys know about, let you guys know what I was reading, when I wasn't reading because I'm slumping, and then, you know, about this and everything else going on. So it was great catching up with you guys. I'll see you in my next video next week. Bye!